Hi, and welcome back to the Bolt and Hammer YouTube channel. On today's episode, I'm going to go over some strategies with you on how you can save money when building your Warhammer 40k army. The first recommendation is to plan out your army. You can use a codex book or the New Recruit website, which I've gone over in another video, or just ask your friends, people you know at your local gaming shop, or on forums online like Reddit. You should have an idea of where you want to build up to, and do buy those kits slowly over time so you're not overwhelmed with the building and painting either. Generally, you should try to build a balanced list, but also focus on units that you think are cool. Rules are going to change for the individual models or for Warhammer overall, and so the recommendation really is to have an army that you like to look at and like to play. The next recommendation is to start small. So this can be picking a smaller game mode, such as Kill Team or Combat Patrol. These don't require you to purchase nearly as many different models or kits as the full fat 40k, and can be a nice introduction to the overall setting and universe. Next, you should pick your merchant wisely. Most third-party stores are going to offer significant discounts versus buying from Games Workshop directly. Most stores are going to offer at least 10% off the Games Workshop price, with some offering significantly more than that. In Canada, where I live, the best I've seen is 15%, but I know that in other countries, stores may be offering up to 20%. As a note, buying something off of Amazon is almost never recommended, because what you'll find is that they're just charging Games Workshop prices or even higher. As an example of the kind of discounts you can get, I've got these pictures over here on the right. Here we have the Necron Combat Patrol from Games Workshop in Canada. It costs 200 Canadian dollars. That same box with all the same models in it from a third-party retailer only costs $169.99. You tell me which is the better choice. Next, you can look for other box sets. So starter sets, combat patrols, etc. are an option, but there are other things out there that also offer discounts. So these can be themed boxes. There are some currently for Space Marines or Tyranids. I've got those shown over on the right. You can usually find these on the Games Workshop website. Some retailers may have them, but you may have to buy these from Games Workshop. You can also get battle forces, which tend to sell out pretty quickly, but new ones are released generally with new codex launches or around Christmas time. These boxes overall, whether it's a starter set or a battle force themed box, etc., all typically offer a discount over buying the individual kits contained within the box separately. So even if you're buying the box from Games Workshop itself, you're still getting it at a discount versus what buying all of those units would be on a standalone basis. The next tip is to not buy anything. Really just build stuff out of paper and cardboard. So if you're just starting out, you're really budget conscious, you don't have to pay for anything. You can just download the rules online and build some terrain out of cardboard. You can go online and find paper cutout models, which you may need a popsicle stick and some glue to put them together, but that's fine. When you're just starting out, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars to get going. If you have a 3D printer, there are a lot of places to get STL files that you're able to use to print individual models or terrain, etc. Some places to download them or purchase those files: Etsy, Cults 3D. I've used those for other things. I don't have a 3D printer. My local library does and allows you to use it. They won't let you print weapons. I've not done this for Warhammer, but maybe your library does. But maybe you have access to 3D printers through somewhere else and you're able to go down this route. You can proxy models as well. And so what this means is just plain pretend. So you want to have a Cadian Shock Troop on the table, but maybe you don't have any. So maybe you do have Death Corps of Krieg, Veteran Guardsmen, And you just tell your opponent, hey, these are Arcadian shock troops. Here are the weapons profiles. Here's which model has what weapon. And then, as long as it's not a competitive game, like that should be fine. So don't feel like you need to go rush out and buy something if you have something else that you could just use to stand in for it. Next, you can kit bash or magnetize. So this is going sort of a step further from proxying. So kit bashing is physically altering the model. Here, I give an example of a war boss in Mega Armor. You can cut it up a little bit and put on some other pieces and then turn it into a big mech in Mega Armor. Relatedly, you can magnetize your models, usually so that you can switch out weapons profiles, but you could also combine magnetizing and kit bashing so that you can move back and forth between the war boss and the big mech, etc. So here the example is Centurion Devastator with Last Cannon on the left, and then you can actually, when you're building it, just put in some magnets on the arms and on the weapons and have it so that you can just switch out those last cannons for grav cannons whenever you want. Next, you may consider buying third-party or proxy models from someone else. So there are other companies that, like Games Workshop, will sell boxes of toy soldiers that you can use for 40K. And so companies like Wargames Atlantic actually tries to build one-for-one replacements, and they tend to be much cheaper than what Games Workshop charges. So here, just as an example, Games Workshop has a kit called Catachan Jungle Fighters. You can buy the Wargames Atlantic Reptilian Overlord Space Nom soldiers, and those are one-for-one and get yourself a bit of a discount. Lastly, you can consider buying used models. So there's caveat emptor here, like buyer beware. Many stores will have used selection for you to choose from, whether they be online or in-person stores. The models may arrive broken, maybe missing pieces. They may be painted in a way that you don't like, or maybe not built with the specific weapons profile that's optimal under the current rules, etc. But you can still save a ton of money. So in this example, here are some Death Watch veterans. I actually bought this set. I bought these ones. In Canada, 5 Death Watch veterans cost $55 from Games Workshop, so 10 would cost $110. I bought these for $45. And while they are a little broken, I don't love the way that they're painted. I'm comfortable with gluing some things back together, repainting them, and now I'm going to have 10 Death Watch veterans for very little money. So that's all my advice for today. Please let me know if you have any other strategies that you think I've missed or that you found work for you in the comments. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the Bolt and Hammer YouTube channel. Thanks. Bye.